Panic is not an emotion. It is a system crash. It is the moment when your operating system fails because the input is too high and the processing power is too low. You have felt this. The room goes quiet. All eyes turn to you. A question is asked that you cannot answer. Or perhaps the phone rings at 2 in the morning with news you were not expecting. In that split second, your intelligence drops, your vision narrows, your hands shake. You are not rising to the occasion, you are sinking to the level of your training. And if you have no training, you sink to the bottom. Most men believe that composure is a personality trait. They think some men are just born calm. This is false. Composure is a mechanical skill. It is a structure you build, brick by brick, to withstand the weight of the world. When the pressure mounts, the untrained mind collapses. It seeks an escape. It seeks someone to blame. The trained mind does the opposite. It anchors itself. It engages a specific protocol to keep the lights on when the grid is going down. To build this mind, you must first understand what is attacking it. In the ancient sword schools of Japan, the masters taught of the 4 sicknesses of the mind. They called them Shikai. These were the 4 states that guaranteed death in a duel. The enemy was not the man standing across from you with a blade. The enemy was the internal glitch that prevented you from reacting. These 4 sicknesses are fear, doubt, surprise, and confusion. If any one of them takes root in your heart during a crisis, you have already lost. The physical defeat is just a formality. The first sickness is fear. This is not just being scared. It is a biological freeze. It is the thought that the outcome will be painful, which causes your muscles to lock. Fear fixates on the future. It imagines a catastrophe that has not yet happened. The second is doubt. This is the hesitation of the spirit.
It is the split second where you question your own technique. You wonder if you are good enough. You wonder if you made the right choice. In that moment of hesitation, the gap opens and the strike lands. The third sickness is surprise. This comes from arrogance. You believe you know how the fight will go. You believe you have predicted the market, the relationship, or the day. When reality deviates from your prediction, your mind stutters. You are caught off guard because your rigid expectations did not match the fluid nature of the world. The fourth is confusion. This is the result of too much noise. Your mind tries to process too many variables at once. You lose the thread. You do not know what is important and what is a distraction. You become paralyzed by analysis. Modern life is not a duel to the death, but the sicknesses remain the same. When your boss confronts you, it is surprise. When the economy crashes, it is fear. When you have to make a life-altering decision, it is doubt and confusion. These states strip you of your competence. You become a child in a man's body. The goal of the warrior is to cultivate Fudoshin. This translates to the immovable mind. This does not mean you are a stone statue, rigid and unfeeling. It means you are a mountain. The wind blows, the rain falls, the storm rages, but the mountain does not move. It remains stable. It remains functional. To achieve this state, you need a protocol. You cannot simply tell yourself to calm down. That never works. You need to manipulate the mechanics of your biology to override the panic signal. This begins with the 3 points check. When you feel the heat rising in the room, when your heart starts to hammer against your ribs, you must instantly shift your focus to 3 physical anchors. First, check your feet. Are they flat on the ground?
Are you balanced? The mind follows the body.
If your stance is weak and shifting, your thoughts will be weak and shifting. Root yourself into the floor. Feel the contact with the earth. This is your base. Second, check your jaw. The jaw is the physical trigger for the fight or flight response. When you are stressed, you clench. This sends a signal to your brain that you are under attack. Force your jaw to relax. Create space between your teeth. This interrupts the feedback loop of anxiety. Third, check your breath. Stress makes you breathe shallow and fast, high in the chest. This is the breath of a coward. You must force the breath down into the belly. Slow it down. Make the exhale longer than the inhale. You are hacking your own nervous system. You are manually telling your body that you are safe, even if the situation is dangerous. By controlling the feet, the jaw, and the breath, you create a physical fortress that the mind can inhabit. Once the body is anchored, you must apply the one-action rule. Confusion comes from looking at the entire mountain you have to climb. It is too big. It is too heavy. So you freeze. The antidote is to shrink the world. Do not look at the summit. Do not look at the outcome next year. Look at the ground right in front of your boots. What is the single, smallest, correct action you can take right now? Maybe it is making one phone call. Maybe it is writing one sentence. Maybe it is simply standing up. Pick one action. Execute it. Then pick the next one. Motion kills fear. Action kills doubt. You must understand that clarity is more important than speed. In a crisis, the amateur rushes. He thinks he has to fix everything in a second. He runs around making noise, breaking things, and making the situation worse. The master slows down. He knows that one precise cut is worth 1,000 flailing swings. He waits for the picture to become clear. He lets the mud settle so he can see the bottom. Do not be afraid of the silence. Do not be afraid to pause. The pause is where the power lives. You cannot wait for a crisis to train this. If you wait until the fire starts to learn how to use the hose, you will burn. You must train under mild stress. You must inoculate yourself. Use the cold. Go for a walk in freezing weather without a heavy coat. Feel the urge to shiver, the urge to hunch your shoulders and complain. Suppress it. Keep your breath slow. Keep your posture upright. You are teaching your mind that physical discomfort does not dictate your mental state. Use timers. Give yourself a difficult task and a short deadline. Feel the artificial pressure of the ticking clock. Watch how your mind wants to rush and make mistakes. Force yourself to work smoothly, not fast. Smooth is smooth, and smooth is fast. Lift heavy iron. When you are under a crushing weight, you cannot panic. If you panic, you get injured. You must stay tight, focused, and present. The gym is not just for building muscles. It is for building the immovable mind. Finally, you must adopt the habit of the after-action review. When you lose your temper, when you hesitate, when you get overwhelmed, do not just move on. Do not bury the shame. Dig it up. Analyze it. Sit down in the quiet of the evening and ask yourself, which sickness took me today? Was it fear? Was it surprise? What was the trigger? At what point did I lose control of my breath? You treat your mind like a machine that needs tuning. You do not judge the machine for breaking. You fix it. You identify the weak component and you reinforce it. Next time, you will recognize the onset of the sickness earlier. You will catch the doubt before it becomes paralysis.
You will catch the surprise before it becomes chaos. This is the path of endless refinement. There is a freedom in this immovability. When you know that you can handle the spike in pressure, you stop fearing the future. You stop walking on eggshells, worried that the world might drop something heavy on you.
Let it drop. You have the structure to carry it. You have the training to endure it. You are no longer a victim of circumstance. The world is going to get louder. It is going to get more chaotic. The weak men will become more hysterical, more reactive, and more useless. They will be swept away by the currents of their own emotions. Do not join them. Stand your ground. Check your feet. Relax your jaw. Control your breath. The storm does not care how you feel. It only cares if you are standing. Be the man who does not move. Be the man who cannot be infected by the sickness. When the dust settles, make sure you are the one still holding the line.